know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's do our quick little check-in because we got a lot to get into. I got some exclusive receipts. As I promised you, you know, when I say receipts, I'm coming with some hardcore, hard copy receipts. All right, so let's see who we got. Oh, we got Jaded Nerd in the chat. Hey, y'all going over there and check out his platform. I see you sending people over here, so thank you. Maya, we got Cassie 1234 with the $9.99 super chat. All the best in your life today, Sweet Pea. I will watch the video tomorrow. Steph M, Chelsea R, Velma C, Christine, Annie Gant, Venetia, Hope, Love Me or Let Me Leave, Coach White, Cheryl Hayes, Stephen Braxton, Miss AP, Prayers, Peace, and Love, Kate, Jess Valencia, Life with the Leonard Family, Rosebud, Rita Hopkins, and of course, Laverne Hicks. Coach White is in the building, as well as Natalie Simpson. Hey, you guys, what's up? Thank God it's Friday, TGIF, and I got some exclusive tea for you tonight. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Now, it looks like Tasha K and Cardi B are duking this thing out still. Day 7 and 8. Yes, I did take a break yesterday, but I saw what was going on out here in the streets, and I put some tea together to go with what was going on out here in the streets. So we're going to get to that later, but I do see what is going on. Yeah, not looking too good for Tasha K, but we already knew this. I've been telling you guys this for months. This is nothing new over here on the Sweet Pea Diaries. We knew this last year. We already knew that she was going to lose this lawsuit. I don't know why it is such a surprise out there in the YouTube world that Tasha K is a liar. The perjury language, you know, what's happening in court as it pertains to her lying and now possibly getting a perjury case does not surprise me. We are talking about Tasha K. I don't know why anyone would be surprised about this. I certainly am not, and neither is the squad. We already knew this. We knew this woman was losing. Y'all let her swear on her children that she was winning this lawsuit. We already knew. The paperwork, what it was giving, it was very obviously clear that she was losing. However, looks like she'll do anything, including lie on her husband, throw her husband under the bus. They both throwing each other under the bus. Last week, Shaq was throwing Tasha. Tasha, I told the judge, I told her, no, I don't know anything about the emails. I don't know nothing. I don't check nothing. I don't look at nothing. I do nothing. I just edit the videos. I just turn on the lights, turn on the camera. I don't know nothing about the paperwork. Stop asking me. I don't know nothing. They both are willing to throw each other under the bus. I mean, how the hell can you go home and sit at the dinner table and look at each other, let alone lay in the bed together after the days they've been having in court? Honey, what I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall in that bedroom, okay? Child, we already knew what it was given. All right, I mean, how can you even go home with her knowing she done lied on you today in court and y'all up there on Instagram taking photos? Boy, bye. Bah! But honey, yes, Mr. Dennis Byron, we will be referring to his tea as well because of course he's the insider. He's the one keeping us, giving us the play by play. I have the court documents that go along with, his description and recollection of what's going on in the court, but it's not a surprise to me. So let's just jump right into it. Mr. Dennis Byron is up.
Would Tasha perhaps perjure herself? In a video that was played, she said to her subscribers in that video that her lawyer looked at the cease and desist and said it was fake or it was bogus, and basically they threw it away. Here's the problem with that statement. When she gave that statement on her video, the lawyer for Cardi B asked her, "Was that your attorney at the time? The attorney that you said looked at that letter, was that your attorney? Were you represented at the time?" She said no. So here's where it gets tricky. If you say that to your subscribers that you had an attorney who reviewed the cease and desist letter and said it was bogus, but when you asked under cross-examination by the attorney for Cardi B, when she asked you, was that your attorney that reviewed the letter? She said no. Okay, so why did you say to your subscribers that you had an attorney, but you said in your deposition that that wasn't your attorney? So then the lawyer said to her, "Do you know you're perjuring yourself right now?" And she was a little confused when the lawyer said that, and she was the one confused, but everyone else heard what they heard. You either had when you told your subscribers you had an attorney who reviewed the letter deposition that wasn't your attorney. So then the lawyer said to her, "Do you know you're perjuring yourself right now?" And she was a little confused when the lawyer said that, and she was the one confused, but everyone else heard what they heard. Because you either had when you told your subscribers you had an attorney who reviewed the letter and said it was fake, then you said in your deposition, there's also taken under oath that when you said that you didn't have an attorney. So were you lying then or are you lying now?
Now, we all know what it is giving. First of all, at the time when they sent the cease and desist and they sent the demand letter demanding that Tasha K take down the videos, demanding that she retract her statements, Tasha was not represented by an attorney. Contrary to what everyone believes, because of the lies and the narrative that Tasha K has put out, she is not this big conglomerate. She's not represented by a team of attorneys at all times. She doesn't have an attorney on deck. All right. What it was giving was that they sent a cease and desist to that Gmail. Kebe Studios at gmail.com. Unwind with Tasha K at gmail.com. We all got Gmails because we are not big conglomerates. We everyday YouTubers living everyday lives. So when they sent that cease and desist to that little email, it went to Tasha K. She reviewed it and she got on her videos and said, "I'm wiping my ass with the lawsuit. We got your little cease and desist. We don't give a damn. We're going to still drag you and spread these lies." There was no attorney. There was no one telling Tasha K that anything was fake. This was her narrative. We know because we saw the videos, as well as the jury has saw the videos. So her committing perjury on the stand, she's already showing herself to be a liar in her deposition, what she submitted to the court prior to this court case, as well as what she gets up on the stand and says. And then when they play the exhibits, the evidence, the videos, they show contrary. So she's already, Her mouth doesn't even have to open. She doesn't have to say anything on that stand to commit perjury. The videos are damning enough. The evidence is all in the videos. Everything that she said on live, on her backup channel, when she rants and raves in the closet, all of that is being used as evidence. So who cares if she gets up on the stand and says, oh, I had a lawyer. So now they're saying, you know what? Well, go ahead and contact that lawyer. We need that lawyer's statement. Since you had a lawyer and it wasn't Olga, it's not the lawyer that you're being represented by now. That's what she's trying to allude to. Oh, yes, I had an attorney at the time, but it wasn't Olga and Sadir. It was another attorney. And that attorney that represents my brand told me that it was fake. We didn't need to pay it any attention. It was fake. Go on ahead and keep doing what you're doing because it's not from Cardi B. Girl, you knew that was from Cardi B. You chose to take this stance, which is why it led to you being sued, because you got up here and lied. Not a surprise. You've lied and told your subscribers you're a journalist. You've lied and told your subscribers that the letters and everything that was being sent to you, you had an attorney who reviewed it. But at the time, you didn't have an attorney. You didn't have an attorney. Didn't have an attorney. So, oh yeah, I wasn't represented by an attorney, but my attorney did tell me, okay, so which one? Because it wasn't Olga and Sadir. You weren't represented by them. You didn't get them until you got sued, all right? You didn't get Sadir and Olga until you actually got sued. So who is the attorney that told you that this cease and desist, this demand letter was fake? Yeah, we need them to come on in here and give their statement. Yeah, we need a letter from them. We need some type of statement from them. But we're going to get into that as well. The subpoena and the witnesses. Anybody wondering why Tasha K doesn't have any witnesses? Where are the people speaking up for Tasha K? There were people that were supposed to be her witness. There was a witness list that was submitted by Tasha K. We went over that because each party submitted a witness list. Cardi B submitted her witness list, which was Sherry Blake and a couple other people that testified for Cardi B. Tasha K had witnesses that were supposed to testify. Where are her witnesses? We got some tea as to where the witnesses are and why they didn't show up. We got tea on that. Anybody wondering where is Tasha K? I told you they was going to be out there in the hallway. Yeah, anybody out here for Tasha K? Anyone? Going once, going twice. Anyone? Are you? Are you? No? Oh, okay. No? Okay. I don't know why anyone is surprised. Why anyone is surprised that she lies on the stand. I don't know why it's a surprise. She can't keep up with her lies. She doesn't know what she said when she said it. Half the time she was drunk when she said it. When she went in the closet and ran and raved, then she deleted the video. She has no recollection of that verbiage. She doesn't remember what she said. Oh, well, we got it. We're going to play it back and let you, this is what you said. This, you, right here, you said this. She said she was wiping her ass with the lawsuit. We got the demand letter. She admits on the video. We got the demand letter. We got your cease and desist, and we're wiping our ass with that. So, boom, that's all you need right there. She can get on the stand and say whatever you want. The proof is in the pudding, sweetheart. The proof is in the video. Proof is in the video. But it gets better. The next day, poor Tasha, back up on the stand again. She's being cross-examined. And throws poor Sheck under the bus. Take a listen.
When asked, now we're going to talk about the Lovely T video, which came out today. The discussion of that video came out today. Sarah Match asked Tasha K, when she recorded the video of Lovely T, was Lovely T aware she was being recorded? So you remember I was talking about this yesterday.
So we kind of laying the foundation of that line of questioning. So when, first of all, if you can hear me, give me a one. I want to make sure because I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Give me a one. Give me a one if you can hear me. It's very important because I don't want. Okay, good, good, good. So you remember my video yesterday or this morning where we talked about the line of questioning as it related to that audio recording. And while I couldn't say too much because I wanted to give the attorneys an opportunity to refute some of the things that Tasha K was saying on the stand, Sarah asked Tasha K, did you consider Lovely T your friend when you made this recording? She said, well, no, well, at the time I really wasn't sure, so I just wanted to make a recording just to make, to preserve it. Clearly she saw my video. And, that it was I won't say plausible answer, but it was a response to the question, and I doubt seriously if she would respond that way had I not did the video, but I digress with that. So then they start talking about the defamation, the cease and desist letter that was.
Now, before we get into the second part of that video, I want to touch on something with the Lovely T phone call. The Lovely T phone call, Tasha K is incriminating herself in that call. And it was such a joke with the whole TI. I know they were like, the judge, called. Well, we know why the TI reference was made to Lovely T, because if you know anything about this case, which we do because we've been following it over here, we have the exclusive audio from the Zoom call where the judge thought that they were talking about TI. So when they got Lovely T came up, and when the name Lovely T came up, the judge was like, what is this, T.I.? Oh, Lovely T. Oh, he thought that Lovely T, he was confusing it with the rapper T.I. So they said, oh, well, damn, the judge knew who the hell T.I. was. But that's where the Lovely T reference and T.I. come in at, because in the Zoom trial, the judge got Lovely T and T.I. mixed up at that time. So that's the running joke with the judge, where he gets them mixed up, because he thought that in the beginning that the Lovely T call was actually T.I. All right. So the fact that he's still calling this woman T.I. All right. It's Lovely T. Lovely T, right? It's Lovely T, right? It's Lovely T, right? All right. I'm going to need Ray to gather himself. It's Lovely T. Give her her things. Give her her flowers. Lovely T been in this game. Give her her things. It's Lovely T. It's not T.I. However, Tasha K records all of her friends. It doesn't matter whether or not it was a friend or not, whether or not, of course, Lovely T had no idea she was being recorded. That's the snake, that's Tasha K. Of course, she's recording her because she wants to be able to use it against her in the long run. Was she your friend? No, she was. Tasha has no friends. She doesn't consider anyone on YouTube an ally or friend. It's always what she can get, what kind of angle, how she can blackmail them in the future, which is why she records them. Storm Monroe, all them people around her, they all been recorded. All private phone calls, all private talks, conversations. She records all of them. So of course Lovely T did not know she was being recorded. Now, I don't know if the law in Georgia where you have to let someone know that you're recording them, it could be in that state where you can record someone. You don't gotta let them know. I don't know what the laws are in the state of Georgia or anywhere else. I haven't researched that. But I mean, it's just common courtesy if you're going to record someone to let them know that, hey, I'm recording this phone call if you don't mind. So that way the narrative is not on you. You don't get to twist the narrative. You can tell she's being baited in the phone call because Tasha K knows she's taping her. But the Lovely T call is very damning, and it was referred to throughout this entire case prior to us getting to this point in the deposition, in the interrogatories, in the openings, everything. Lovely T phone call was referred to in this trial before we even got here. All right, because there's very damning statements that were made on that call, and it shows that Tasha K knew when she put this information out that it was a lie. And she was basically acting out of malice. She wanted to go viral. It was something in it for her. She wanted to make money. So that lovely tea call shows that. That's the validity of the lovely tea call. It shows that she knew that she was putting out lies. They were not facts. They were potentially going to cause damage. And she knew it when she put it out. Of course, lovely tea didn't know she was being recorded. But Tasha K records all of her so-called friends. All conversations that she's having, she records. But that's just the nature of today's social media. They record. That's what this young generation, it's giving any kind of, I can get you, I can use it against you. That's why from now on, my digital footprint, I'm watching everything, what I say, who I text, what I DM, what I do, because it can be manipulated, it can be edited, it can be the narrative. If the person that's doing the recording, doing the setting up, knows what their motive is, they can have you saying, doing, writing any goddamn thing, because everything can be manipulated, especially told from their perspective.
Reviewed by Tasha K's lawyer friend. Now, what I'm about to tell you is going to give you a headache. So when the attorney Sarah asked Tasha K, and Tasha K had opportunity to think about this yesterday and come to the court today, so she dropped the ball on that. And something's big about to happen when we go back. But when Sarah asked Tasha K, so who exactly is the attorney that you consulted with? What is her name? Tasha K's response was, I prefer not to say that, right? I prefer not to say that. And the judge took his glasses down. You prefer Miss Kebe, answer the question. I don't know the name. I don't know her name. I have to look in my phone. So this is your lawyer friend. Like, I have many lawyer friends, and I have lawyers, and I have lawyers. I have friends who are lawyers, and I have friends. She said to the judge she did not know her name. Okay, so the plot thickens now. So you had yesterday when this question was asked to you, did common sense did the ring a bell of common sense tell you that you might want to have the name of that attorney because they're not going to take what you say as face value, because you have a propensity to lie on the witness stand. So why in God's green earth did you not think that the lawyers are going to ask you, who exactly did you get this advice from the lawyers, from your friend lawyer? So I don't know, when people say friends, does friends mean that you don't know the friend?
Now here's where my tea coming at, okay? Here's where my exclusive tea comes in at, because Tasha K and her team were very much so aware of who, what, why, and where was involved in this case many, many moons ago, okay? They knew who was going to be potentially called to the stand. They knew exactly the line of questioning because they gave deposition and they gave answer to videos, lines of questioning, their evidence, what was what, because they went over all of this. Before we get to this stage in the trial, they go through all of the questioning, all of the evidence and videos that's going to be presented. You have depositions, and you have the discovery phase, and you also have the motion and limines. So we very much so been going over this, and we know, because I got the receipts right here that actually shows that Tasha K's team knew exactly that they would be in this position today. They knew they would be here, but they had no response because there was none. They have nobody. There's no one to testify to any of this because there's no people. And I'm going to show you that right now. Boom. Boom. Plaintiff has already served Miss Kebe with 34 volumes of document production and still has additional volumes that are being produced within the next 2 weeks. The parties have also been working together in good faith to cure various discovery deficiencies. Following a written letter outlining the issues that was sent by plaintiff's counsel on September 15th, 2020, the parties met and conferred regarding discovery deficiencies in Kebe's production and written responses on September 29th, 2020. Counsel for defendant have represented that they intend to produce additional documents and provide supplemental written responses to the discovery demands and interrogatories, and have agreed to cure all of the deficiencies outlined by the plaintiff. Pursuant to that discussion, Ms. Kebe is currently gathering evidence to supplement her initial production. Due to their workload, counsel for Kebe has stated that they will be able to provide those supplements by October 30th, 2020. Do you know what this proves and what this means? Honey, this shows and proves that back in 2020, the defense was not prepared. Back in 2020, there were deficiencies in their responses. They were not prepared, had no answers because there is none. There's no defense. You knew that you were lying when you put this information out. It was just you, Tasha K. There's no one to corroborate your story. You have no defense because it was you. It was always you. It was never anyone else. It was always your idea. You were upset because Cardi B did not give you an interview. And it shows in this court document right here that was filed back in 2020 that the defense has always been ill prepared. They never had any statements that corroborated why Tasha K did what they did. Anything that the plaintiff asked them to answer to, they could not. Okay? Their written responses were flat. It says they agreed to cure all the deficiencies outlined by the plaintiff. So the plaintiff were already pointing out deficiencies in Tasha K's defense. They never had anything to rebuttal because there's no one. There is no one. Additional proof that there is no one. Plaintiff has also served subpoenas for document production and deposition on defendant's husband, Shekna Kebe, who was listed as a witness in defendant's interrogatory responses as Ms. Kebe's business manager. Mr. Kebe's responsive documents are currently due on or before October 19th, 2020, and his deposition was noticed for October 22nd, 2020, provided Mr. Kebe has produced documents in the advance date of that. Additionally, here's where it gets even more interesting. Additionally, plaintiff is working to serve subpoenas on certain non-parties that Kebe claimed to obtain information from that are very important to the issues in this action. However, this process has been delayed as the parties have very little contact information for certain of these individuals. And as such, it has taken plaintiff time to locate some of them, particularly in light of the pandemic. So they cannot find Tasha K's corroborators. They can't subpoena anyone. They have no contact information. Your sources, you cannot get in contact with them, Tasha. That's because there are no sources. They have been trying to get in contact with witnesses, trying to send people subpoenas. Shek has been saying he's the business manager for some time now. And we're going to get into why Shek is saying he's the business manager and why he wants to separate himself. You have to remember, Shek is the business manager. He's the owner. He's the president of Kebe Studios. Shek is trying to protect Kebe Studios. He said, you're not going to take everything down, Tasha. You're being sued, and so is Kebe Studios. I have to put it all on you and take it off of Kebe Studios. So that's why Sheck says, I don't open up any emails. I don't read anything. I have nothing to do with anything, because he's trying to protect the business. He does not want the business to go up in flames. Tasha's going up in flames. He doesn't want the business to go up in flames as well. Because when you're suing the business and you're suing Tasha, those are two different entities. When you have an LLC, you cannot sue the owner, or the representative of the business is sued separately. So if he is the owner and he's an agent of Kebe Studios, he's saying, I didn't look at any emails. I had nothing to do with any of these videos, because Kebe Studios is not involved in that. This was all Tasha K. And what does Tasha do? She gets up there and says, no, he's a liar. He's a liar. Because it's giving they were not prepared. Her and her husband do not communicate. The lawyers have not communicated. It seems like to me the lawyers are working against her own lawyers are working against her. They have not worked together. Tasha was so busy worrying about YouTube, worrying about stalking Cardi B, worrying about what was going on YouTube and social media. She was not paying attention to her own case. Why her husband, her lawyer, why they're looking the way they look now. This is why. No one was prepared. No one went over anything. No one got their story straight. So they just now realize, oh shit, our business is sued separately and Tasha sued separately. The light bulb has finally went off. And Sheck said, I got to protect our assets. Got to protect Kebe Studios. Can't have everything going up in flames. Everything can't go up in smoke. And like I said, no one has worked together to figure it out. So let's take a little quick look at the rest of this clip, and then we will get into our final discussion for the night.
Guys, it gets better. That's like the crazy thing. Who responds to these letters that Tasha K? Is it they showed a copy of the letter where there was a response emailed sent back to someone who sent the letter, and the attorney Sarah asked Tasha K, who responds to these letters that comes into Kebe Studios or your company? She said, my husband responded to the letter. Okay, now listen to this. This is crazy. So then Sarah says, let's go back to your husband's deposition testimony. And she read the testimony, and the husband said he never responds to emails. He leaves it to his wife. He said he never, in his deposition, he never responds to emails as it pertains to the business. He leaves it to his wife. So why did, when the attorney, Sarah asked Tasha K, did you see your husband's testimony? Was your husband lying when you made that response? She said, yes, he was lying. And I said, oh, my God. I'm looking at the husband like, she just threw you under the bus again. It was incredible. So the husband doesn't know that you send emails out. That's weird. Your husband don't know that you respond. So which one is it? Are you lying on your husband or are you lying to the court? And I'm just paraphrasing that part. But the fact that you said her husband never responds to emails, it showed that one, the husband was lying in his deposition, or she's lying on the witness stand. Just think about that. You just said in two different instances that your husband doesn't send responses to emails, and they put the letter on the big screen, on the movie screen, and looked at the response. somebody responded to the email. So Tasha stated in open court that she doesn't really she doesn't have access to his emails. But then she said, I have access, but I don't have it. He has a password on it. I don't have access to the password, but she does have access to it when his phone is unlocked. Wait a minute. So either you have access or you don't have access. Let's not mince words. Either you have access to his email or you don't have access. The lawyer didn't say do you have access to his password to get in his phone. The question was specifically pertaining to access to his email address. I mean, access to his email. Were you able to send emails out? You're 50% owner of the company. Were you able to send emails out? She said no. But when they read the deposition back, the husband testified that he didn't. He doesn't send emails out. So then the lawyer, Sarah, asked, so your husband was lying? She said yes. She just threw under the bus just like that. Yes, he's lying.
Let me tell y'all something. This is serious, okay? This is serious. This is not YouTube. Tasha is used to lying in front of her subscribers. She's used to playing the big black successful woman on YouTube that got it all on lock. I'm the big black woman that can't be beat. The black woman narrative. And they just want to all take the black woman down. No, ma'am. You are a liar. You are a liar, and the truth is not in you. She is so used to playing this role on YouTube that she thought it was going to work in court, which is why she was not prepared. This is why they didn't go over anything. You mean to tell me that you want the court to believe that you are Tasha K? All right? You're so rambunctious and in charge of everything else. You had the gall and the audacity to make videos about Cardi B saying that she had what she had, she did what she did. Then you say you were wiping your ass with the lawsuit. You didn't give a damn about the deposition. As brass and audacious and the audacity that you have, and you not answering no, you don't got no control over there. People got passwords and got shit locked down. You can't get in emails. That's the whole narrative that Tasha gives everyone when they're asking her to do advertisement for them, or the narrative that I've heard people say when it's come time to send cash apps and send money. Oh, I can't. I don't have access. My husband has to do it. I have to sneak to do. Girl, you are not no conglomerate over there, honey. It's giving Gmail, and everyone got access to their Gmail. All you have to do is go up on your damn browser and type in Gmail, and them emails come up. You don't need a password. The only time you need a password is if it's on your phone, it's locked down, and they got passwords on the damn phone to open up the phone, some security. But Gmail is given as soon as you type in the Chrome browser, it's coming up. If it's been accessed multiple times on that computer, it's coming right up. You don't need no password to get into that Gmail. All right? All right? So let's just stop right there. And we already know Shaq is not behind no emails. I believe Shaq when he said the first time. He doesn't have any access to emails. He don't send them. Now, he might have access to them, but he's not responding. He ain't reading them. That's Kebe Studios is all you. That is in Shaq's name for the business purposes of it, because you couldn't get it in your name. You have issues and credit and all that. And that's what married couples do. That's just usual and normal in a married couple's life, where someone might have bad credit and I'm going to use my husband and this, that, and the third. I mean, that's just y'all business. But when you start getting into this type of mess where you're being sued and people are sending you cease and desist and you not taking them seriously, I believe Shaq. He ain't had nothing to do with that. Just like he ain't have no control over whether them videos stayed up or came down, because you wasn't having nobody delete no videos or remove anything from that YouTube channel. Tasha K is all in control of that YouTube channel. That YouTube platform over there at Kebe Studios, the contracts with the Pangea waters and all that mess, Shek is not involved in any of that. Shek is directly involved in editing, period. The software, developing the commercials, and that's Shek. The business aspect of it is Latasha Kebe, around down there with Chelsea and them kids that she be hiring. Chelsea ain't even answering them emails. That's all Latasha Kebe. Just like she got up on here and said she was a journalist. Just like she got up on here and wanted everybody to believe she had big time lawyers. Just like she got up on here and lied and said she was swearing on her children that she was winning this lawsuit. Same way she's lying on stand. Same way you lying on the stand, and you didn't even you don't get the drift that your husband is trying to save y'all business. Now, this is not the time for you to try to tell the truth or lie on somebody for your own. You're not gaining anything. You should have got your ass up there and said, yeah, I sent the email, because he's trying to protect Kebe Studios. You're going to throw it all away. Just throw it all away for your pride. And this is where Tasha's going to find herself affecting her brand and losing what she's worked for because of her pride. She will not let her pride go. Her husband is trying to save the business. She throwing the business under the bus. The husband is saying, I didn't do anything with these emails. I have nothing to do with these videos because he is Kebe Studios. And what is Tasha doing? My husband did it. My husband answered them. So now you're admitting Kebe Studios is involved as well. At least we could have saved Kebe Studios. I showed you guys the verdict forms. They want Kebe Studios and Tasha K to take responsibility for this. There's going to be times where there's percentages. Which do you find at fault? Do you find her 100% or Kebe Studios at some? I mean, at least Latasha, if you was a real G, she says she from Panama City. She bad it. Girl, you snitching on your own man. You snitching on your own brand. At least take the fall and get your ass up there and be accountable and say, I did it. Just say, I did it. Maybe that will save you a little bit more leniency with the jury. Just say, I did it. Just admit to it. You know what? I did this. I did it for money, clicks, views. I wanted to grow, but I apologize and realize the error of my ways now, that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But I did believe at the time that what I was doing was all in the name of entertainment. What was wrong with that? No, you got your behind up there and you tried to lie your way out of it. Gift the gab, tried to YouTube your way around it. This is not YouTube. This is a court of law. This is serious. Wasn't taking it serious. I wipe my ass on this monsoon. I wipe my ass with this monsoon. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. Snitching on your own brand. Miss motherfucking Tasha K. Snitching on your own brand. Naming other YouTubers in this. Thinking that you was going to paint Cardi B out to be this gang member, gun-toting, got goons on deck that's harassing you. The judge said, throwing that out. There's no assault here. There's no counterclaim needed here. Throwing it out. No, she thought she was going to paint this narrative that Cardi B had previous cases. She's got other things that she's dealing with to show her character as this thug gang member that is a celebrity, painting herself on YouTube and, and the internet as this thug celebrity. Nobody's buying that, Tasha K, but you. Nobody's buying that narrative but you. You put that narrative out and you believed it. Believing social media lies. You believed your own lies. That's a true liar. When a liar starts believing their own lies, that's dangerous. All right? She started believing what she was saying was really true. That's the seriousness of this. That's the seriousness of her lies. She told them so many times. She put this narrative out there so much that her herself started to believe it and thought that she was going to get up on that stand and paint this picture. So she didn't bother to rehearse, didn't bother to have a mock trial, didn't bother to go over anything with her husband. This is what she does anyway. She doesn't go over anything with Shek. She has no respect for him as a man, as a husband. And I have a lot of people in the chat. Oh, when I say he let her do this, let her. What are we in the? We in the 1800s? Let her, honey. When you have a husband and a wife team, there's just a certain stance that a husband should take. He should have some type of authority in that household, some type of being able to put his foot down and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. We are not doing this. I'm not going to allow you to do it. Take the videos down. We're not talking about Cardi B anymore. We're not talking about Cardi B. Leave Cardi B alone. I told her to leave Cardi B alone. Leave Cardi B alone. Stop it, Tasha. We're not going to do it. We're dying. I'm not going to allow it. You better stop it. I'm going to get my spear. I'm going to get my spear on you. You keep doing it, I'm going to get my spear. There was something he should have done to put his foot down, because now look where they find themselves at. So to all the people that say that I have put this narrative misogynistic, no, he's a man and he's not allowed to be a man in his own home. He should be a head of that business. He should be in charge. He should have some authority, but Tasha K has taken all of the authority. She's wearing the pants. She's wearing the pants. Okay? Child, it shouldn't even be called Kebe Studio. It should be called Howard. That's her maiden name. Latasha Transrena Howard. It should be called Howard Studios. You taking on the name of this last name, taking this man's last name, you got it tagged on the business, and this man don't have any authority, no say so, no nothing. No nothing. Should have been called Howard Studios. So, honey, this is not a surprise to me. No one was prepared. No one, I mean, what were you paying these attorneys for? And that whole narrative, and I saw the review that was Tasha back in July. I'm not buying that. I think that was someone trolling Tasha and trolling the lawyer. I don't think that was Tasha. I don't think that she would put a review out there. And it was back in July. They didn't really have any court hearing at that time. They had Zoom trials, Zoom hearing, and that was for the summary judgment. And we saw that, and then we had footage that was sent to us, audio from the courtroom. So that wasn't really a trial. That was for the pre-conference and, stuff leading up to that. So I'm not buying that. I think that's someone that's trolling and that saw videos that people were doing on this case and decided to, wanted to make a mockery and wanted to troll. I don't believe that that was Tasha K at all. Now, do I believe that she's now finding that Olga and Sadir are incompetent? Absolutely. But do I think she would have went online and put her name and put a review for everyone to see and make fun of her? Absolutely not. I don't believe it. Don't believe it. I believe that that was a troll, okay? Because I just know the timeline, and I know back in July when this so-called review was put up, I know what it was giving and what was going on with their case, and they weren't in court. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't make sense that some of the things that she said, Olga stumbling and all this. Yes, she was stumbling. We have the audio. We have the footage of her, not really knowing how to speak to the judge. But it just doesn't sound like Tasha's lingo, language. It's not giving Tasha K. It's giving troll to me. But, I'm entitled to my own opinion. There's a lot of other people that might think, and I do see people saying allegedly, but I just don't believe that it's Tasha K. You know what I mean? She should be devastated with the representation that she has had from her defense team. But that's what you get when you don't do your research and you going out here blindly and you go get a criminal defense attorney. You go get someone that practices criminal law, that has no experience in defamation, slander, libel, no type of entertainment, copyright, no type of cases like that. You going to get people that represent traffic stops and DUIs and murders and things. They don't have any clue of who they're up against, what they're up against. And the client that they are representing and the evidence and everything that they had to work with, they should have never took this case in the beginning. I would have never taken this. When I got involved in and seen what was given and what was presented to me, I would have told her, I'm out of here. There's no way you're going to win this, and you have no legs to stand on. The evidence that they themselves tried to present is their own client actually telling on herself, showing her character. I mean, they tried to submit the damn video of her challenging Cardi B in a boxing match. How's that helping Tasha K? That shows Tasha K is trolling Cardi and threatening her, challenging her to fights. A grown woman. How's that helping Tasha K? So, in my opinion, they are very inexperienced. No one went over this. They didn't work together. No one, had any conferences, pre-trial, mock trials. They didn't talk and prepare for this case. They just threw the paperwork together. Like I showed you earlier, they were never answering the plaintiff's requests that were being given to them back in 2020. They had no valid responses at that time. Witnesses could not be contacted. Subpoenas wanted to be sent out by the plaintiff to these so-called witnesses that could corroborate Tasha K's story. There are none. No one can be contacted because there are none. Which is why Tasha has no witnesses. There are none. There is no one that can defend Tasha K because it has always been Tasha K. It has always been her. But the husband has been trying. He has been trying to get the business, at least get the business out of this mess. But Tasha refuses to take accountability for what she has done. She's going down in flames. She's going out with this lie. She does not want to step down and take accountability and say, I did it. I put out a false narrative. I put out information knowing that it was fake when I put it out because I wanted to go viral. I needed, clicks, views. I wanted to, gain more subscribers and viewership. She don't want to admit it. So she's going to throw her brand under the bus, her husband under the bus, her under the bus. We already have the IRS sitting in there because all of these other businesses have been mentioned. They mentioned in their deposition that they don't pay taxes. Sheck said, taxes? What taxes? I don't know anything about taxes. Taxes? We don't pay any taxes. I don't know nothing about taxes. So now they got the damn treasury representatives from the U.S. Treasury sitting up in there. The IRS peoples sitting up in there taking those, no taxes. I mean, all behind Tasha K. Yak, 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 because she can't keep her mouth shut. Can't keep her mouth shut. So, this is where we are. Do I think that she's going to be brought up on perjury charges? Now, there is some lingo in the court documentation that says the jury will be given charges. That's not them talking about perjury charges. That's them talking about the charges for this trial. This when the ending arguments, when they close up the case on Monday, the jury will be given the charges. They'll be giving what is being charged and what they have to go deliberate over. That's basically what that means. It doesn't mean charges for perjury. It means the charges for this case here. Do I believe she's going to be brought up on perjury charges? I don't know. I'm not a legal representative. I can't say. But it's giving, she's already showing that she's a liar. I don't know why this was such a aha moment with, so were you lying then or are you lying now? And everybody's like, ha ha. She's been doing it the whole time when they play them goddamn videos. When she says I'm wiping my ass with the lawsuit, that's her admitting that somebody saw them damn emails, responded, and chose to keep up the videos and chose to keep up the narrative. It's not giving Sheck. He's not the one in front of the camera doing the damn videos. So Sheck ain't the one. Tasha the one. Sheck has nothing to do with this, just like he said. And maybe Kebe Studios would have had a fair chance, but now that Tasha doesn't want to be accountable, she throwing everybody under the bus. She said, if I'm going down, I'm taking my husband down, my company down, every goddamn thing down. Now, does that make any goddamn sense to you? Doesn't make no damn sense to me. But she can't keep that mouth closed. Her own mouth is her own undoing. So, I don't know. I know that they wrap up on Monday and then the jury will go and deliberate and then we will have the verdict. We will know what's what and who gonna pay what and how much gonna pay what. But there is no chance in hell for Tasha K to come back from this. It's not going to be dismissed. It's not going to be, honey, them videos is damning enough. And the jury already, they weren't even taking notes. They weren't even taking notes today. But by the end of this, they weren't even taking notes, honey. They was just staring. This woman is a liar. We done seen all we need to see. We done heard all we need to hear. It's nothing to write down. I don't even think they're going to be out 5-6 hours. I feel like they're going to be out 3 hours, 4 hours. They're going to come back and they're going to have a verdict. She had no defense. Look how quick this was. Boom, boom, boom. Most of it was all Cardi's team cross-examining Tasha and her husband, cross-examining the defense. There really was no case on Tasha's side. She had no defense. Nothing to show and corroborate that she really didn't think she was lying when she put this stuff out. She already went up on the stand and admitted and said she was lying, that she knew this story wasn't true when she said it. Just now, she's thrown her husband under the bus. So she has no defense, which is why she stumbles, trips up, lies, talks fast, because she's trying to put together some type of a quick aha defense right at the last minute. Wasn't prepared. So they don't have anything that they practice, anything already in writing already that she done memorized and know, because she's winging it like she do a YouTube video. She's putting on a performance, just like she does when she goes in front of that camera and she turns on that camera. She thought that she was going to sit on that witness stand and the camera was going to go on, lights, camera, action, Tasha. And I knew this shit was fake. Oh, Judge, I was just motherfucking playing. I was just motherfucking playing. You know, I did the video and I said what I had to say. But you know, I was just playing with Cardi. You know, and I just said, slow down, ma'am. Slow down, miss. Stop it. Just answer them. What did you say, Olga? What did you say? I don't know. Can you repeat the question again? Can you read that again? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? I don't know what that means. What did you say? I didn't write that email. Somebody wrote that email. Chef wrote the emails. He's a liar. I didn't do. Can you stop, ma'am, and just answer the question, please? She thought this was YouTube, and the judge, Ray, said, this is my court. You ain't about to make a mockery of my court. We got order up in here, and we follow the rules. We kicking out jurors that are biased. We're not trying to have no appeals over here. We follow the law, and we follow the rules. Can you just answer the questions, ma'am, please? This is not a performance. Child, this is not a performance. Can you just answer the goddamn questions? Ray said, I had enough of this shit. When is this shit going to be over with? Child, Bella Michelle says, Tasha with fake news like CNN. Edwin says, Tasha K is a narcissist, therefore she thought she was going to be able to talk her way out of this. Okay. Sephora says, Cardi didn't really have to do anything. Tasha told on herself and lied on the stand. Nay, I love me some Sweet Pea. I love you too, girl. Child, I know that's right. TK thought wrong. Not in court, says Nichelle Poindexter. And Miss AP says she definitely made history, child. And Wanda says, can they bring up perjury charges against TK? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes, they can. So that's really what we're waiting on, guys. We're going to be waiting on the jury, to be given their orders, given the charges, and they'll go and deliberate on Monday once they have the closing arguments, closing statements. I told you this wasn't going to last long. This was an in and out, open and shut case on the behalf of Cardi B. All of that, I'm wiping my ass with lawsuits. Everything that Cardi B had as her evidence worked in her favor. Cardi put on a brilliant performance on the witness stand, and I'm not saying performance as though she was lying, but she was an excellent witness. She was very relatable. The jury was able to relate to her. They understood her trauma. They understood her emotional side of this, and I believe that they were sympathetic to her situation. So that worked very well in her favor, not to mention that her attorneys were brilliant. They spent much time picking Tasha K apart on that witness stand. They broke her down and they showed her to be the liar that she is. They were brilliant, excellent. Tasha K's team, not so much. They really also contributed to making their client look guilty. I mean, they wanted evidence in that was gonna damage their client even more. The judge, like, you sure? Are you sure? You sure? You want this in? You sure? Yeah, judge, we're sure. It's like, okay, are you secretly working with Cardi B? Did their attorney secretly throw you a check? Let me go ahead and cash app Olga. I mean, because damn, this just couldn't get, I mean, it was just like the gift that kept on giving for Cardi B. Every day it was something that added to her case. It was something that showed the jury the character of Tasha K. So Tasha didn't do anything but hurt herself, in the end. She couldn't stay off YouTube. She just kept adding to this case with more videos, because this started way back in, 2018, 2019. And the videos that were entered on this case were all the way up until 2021, end of 2021. There were amended videos added. So she didn't do anything but hurt herself with her mouth not being able to stay off YouTube. So that's all I got, you guys. Thank you for coming through. I see all 525 of you. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're catching the replay, child, what about them receipts, honey? We have showed that this has been like this from the start. The defense has never had a case. They've always been lying. They've always been trying to just grasp at straws and throw anything together. They just threw it together. Okay, just put these papers together and make it look like a brief. But they had no substance. There never were no solid answers. It never corroborated. It was like a Jerry curl that never quite really curled. It was like a Jerry curl that just didn't really. Child, it was just, I don't know what it was given. But honey, they didn't have no witnesses. The witness list, they got AOL email addresses they can't find. They got MySpace accounts. They can't find them because they ain't got no Instagrams or Twitters, and they don't have no phone numbers. All they got is Gmails that don't work. Nowhere to send a subpoena to, okay? No addresses. I mean, we saw that in the documentation when she was naming bloggers. All she had was emails and Instagram no actual addresses, phone numbers, no contact information. How the hell you gonna contact somebody at an @ Oh, DM them a subpoena. Girl, I thought you had private investigators and you doxing people. You don't know how to dox nobody off of Instagram and get their damn address to be able to send them some court documents? No, she got and emails, and well, her YouTube handle is Sweet Pea Diaries. I don't know. Her YouTube name is Daytime Tea Time. I don't know. The YouTube name is Armand Wiggins. I don't know. Shit. No real information. Child, DM me my subpoena. But you guys, be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm out, y'all. Bye.